Hello YouTube, welcome back to Thinky Dailies, Season 1, Puzzle 61, The Final Riddle. And I haven't looked at it yet, so let's go. A meta puzzle by the Thinky Dailies team. The now appreciative voice speaks again. After arriving at the clock tower, the sigil has been nearby. Recall the puzzles you have solved. Follow the cookie crumbs. Oh dear. This is a meta puzzle, which is a puzzle made of other puzzles. To find the solution, you will need to revisit puzzles of the season and look for clues and patterns. Not all the puzzles of the season are relevant for this riddle. There are some hints around that will let you know which ones to visit. There may be relevant clues both in and around this puzzle. You can revisit the intro story at any time with the button at the bottom of your screen. Once you have found the puzzles involved, try to find what they have in common. The lack of specific rules might be a little scary at first, yeah, but you have everything you need to figure it out. Follow your instincts. Meta puzzles can be quite tricky, and many people enjoy working with others to crack them. Right, so suggestion is look at the intro. So we have a grid that rotates in some way. Follow the cookie crumbs. Okay, so first thing to do is go back here. And start at the end and work back, I think. There's a cookie on puzzle 60. There's a machine looking very similar on puzzle 59. There's a cookie in puzzle 52. Right. I may need to make a note of these. Let's remember it for now. 60, 50, 59. No, that's not a cookie there in his hand. It's just a bit of a padlock. Oh dear, there's cookies on 56 as well. Okay, and 54. Right. I wonder if I need to find some paper and a pen. Hang on a second. Okay, okay, start at the top probably, and I think I'll make a list of which puzzles I can see cookies in, and I'll probably miss several. Let's make it big so that it's easier to see. Slippers doesn't have cookies. Number 4 has a mug but no cookies. 5. The early ones don't seem to have any suspicious cookies in the pictures. That's a bit of a map, not a cookie. There's lots of orangey things. But it looks like the cookies only arrived later in the puzzles. No. There are stars in 43 and 44. Okay, so 52 actually looks to be the first one that has cookies in it. And 54. And 56. '59 has the machine that we're seeing in this puzzle. 60 is cookies. Right. Machine has the same grid falling out and rotating. Let's just check what was in 59 again. A reference to cookies in the text. Oh dear. Do I actually have to go through and look for cookies everywhere? Right. Nothing obvious on that. Go back up. Let's have a look at 52. So there's a grid, and it might rotate. Doesn't obviously, I mean, this one doesn't obviously have a picture of any sort. 54, not again. That has a grid, which again doesn't have an obvious picture, but could be rotated into something. Okay, all of these are grid-based puzzles. Number 60 was another grid-based one. So I apparently want a 5x5 grid in the bottom left corner, but I think that's after a no, it's taking out of that bottom corner and rotating it. Is what it looks like to me. So if I go to 52, then we have that kind of grid. Does it do me any good to note it down and rotate it? I don't know. We've got these bits all marked as filled in. Right. Now, I thought I might not be able to do that. I can't navigate the browser while I've got the pen tool up. So I'm just noting down on my bit of paper. I'll hold up here. I will note down the fact I have 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, and I have some things in the cells that I marked with a blue blob. And I have no idea how that might help me, but let's continue on and look at 54. And it's that area. So that would be another 5 by 5 grid. Three across the top, 3 underneath. Okay. None of this looks like anything. Um, 56. So that one is there. And just note that one down as well. And 60. I wonder what I note down for 60. Did I put a path? It's also a smaller grid overall. Okay. I'm noting down the background in this one, and then I'll draw the relevant bit of path over it. Which goes up there, up, across, down. Yeah, okay. I have 4 grids copied out and no idea what I'm going to do with them. And let's get right. And this one very definitely looks like it's part of the puzzle as well. But I don't see that fitting these grids on top of this picture does anything for me. Nope. Okay, I'm going to use the hints. That's what they're provided for. According to the intro story, the solvers have some kind of sigil. Maybe we need to figure out what the sigil is. What kind of input is this puzzle asking for? Well, let's try filling in some of the cells that I marked. So this was 52. And then let's do, if I just do filling in the extra cells, I'm going to end up with pretty well everything filled in. So I think what I do is toggle all of these cells. And then toggle these again. Okay, that got me absolutely nowhere. I think it's worth trying. Those borders on the top and left of the puzzle grid are very unusual. What could they mean? Well, I think they mean I ignore the rest of the grid in the earlier puzzles. Did you spot anything interesting in the intro story illustration? I spotted a 90-degree rotation. Does anything there look similar to the puzzle grid? Yes. Did the intro story give you any clues for which puzzles to revisit? It said cookies. I could go back and see if there are more than 4 or 5 things referring to cookies, but I'm not sure that'll help me. Since the clock tower. Okay, so let's go back to the clock tower. Which one was that? That was 49. So let me just check. There are no cookies in 50. Nor 51. 52, we know there are cookies. 53, nothing cookie related. 54 has cookies. Didn't need to click into it. 55, nothing cookie related. 56 has cookies. 57 has nothing. 58 doesn't have obvious cookies anywhere. Just want to check zooming in. Reason being, all the other even numbers have cookies. And 59 refers to cookies in the text and has the same image. Lost all the hints. You should be able to find 3 puzzles that have cookie crumbs in their story illustrations. Now, do these puzzles have anything else in common? Okay, so where have I gone wrong there? Because I've got 4. I'm guessing 60 wasn't one of them. Where did I think it was? It's got a cookie question mark. It's got cookies in jars. Maybe 60 doesn't count. How can we combine the clue on the door in the intro to this puzzle with the 3 puzzles we've found? So if I just overlay all of the shaded squares so that everything shaded remains shaded, then, and I'm not rotating them at this point, I could do that. And the next one I can do that, and then the last one adds those in. Okay, and then if I rotate that, I would get that. If I keep rotating it, I might get something like that. Just thought it would look pretty. However, the next hint will explain the clue on the door. Puzzle grid rotating underneath an overlay with a square cut out. What size do you think the cutout square is? I think it's 5 by 5. But let's go and check that. Actually, just click to there. Yep, it's definitely 5 by 5. Where have I got down to in these hints? Yep, I know. If we rotate the 3 puzzles of the cookie crumbs and imagine we're placing the overlay on top of them, do we find any patterns in common? I wonder if I should have done the entire grid rotated rather than just taking out the 5 by 5 block and rotating it. I'll try that and see what happens. So 52. So in that case, I rotate the entire grid, I'm going to get that, which needs a new sheet of paper. Right, and if I go back and 54. I'm looking at that part. Which is not really helping me at all. Oops. She hitting back a second time to get me to where I want to look at 56. Was that where I? No. So that one would be there. That one is just a sort of a C. Reversed. So I found it. Rotate the 3 puzzles with cookie crumbs and imagine we are placing the overlay on top of them. I got the wrong part of the grid there, didn't I? Ah, idiot. Let's try this again. 33 days until season 2 appears. I might have finished this puzzle by then. Okay, so what I'm looking at, let's mark this there. It's that, which is a down arrow. Okay, 54. And I'm looking at that, which has got 2 squares sort of cut out. Right, and that one, 56. Let's use the stylus rather than the pen on the screen. So the last one had these 2 blocks cut out. The first one had all the corners cut out on the top row. If I take the grey cells, then I'm left with not very much. Okay, I should note that one down in case I suddenly think of something. Hmm. So I fill in every square with an X in any of them. Then I'm going to end up with that, which isn't any use. If I do the ones that are only in all three, then I'm still not going to end up with anything useful. Okay, I am completely stumped, I think. Do we find any patterns in common? So, the cells that are in more than one might be something to try. Are going to be that, 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 and that are in 54 and 56. That is in all three. That one is in 52 and 56. These two are in 52 and 56. That one is in 54 and 56. That's in all three. That one's in 54 and 56. And the bottom row's in 54 and 56. Because 54 had everything bar the two blocks knocked out. Can't say beyond that I can see any patterns in common. It's so 52 is that. '54. What? Okay. Please comment down below what's the actual answer to this one, because I don't know how I got there. The door opens slowly, dramatic tension, to reveal a few friendly faces. Welcome, Solver. We have cookies. Thank you for playing Season 1 of Thinky Dailies. While we get everything ready for Season 2, keep an eye on your emails for some special bonus content. For more info about what we're up to over the next few weeks, check out our blog post. I will do that. Okay. So I can see that that pattern has the two squares from 54 cut out. It was these two squares. And I don't really see... Nope. Okay, I'm going to go off and read discussions, find out what the actual answer is, and then I'll add an addendum explaining where it is that I got completely lost, because I don't know why that is the solution. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully there's an addendum coming up just soon. Right. I think I understand what this problem's getting at now. So, puzzle 152 and that is the part we're interested in, not the bit with the arrow. We take that and we rotate it around so that it fits in that space, and that is what we eventually find is the solution. Then 154 we take that bit and we don't rotate it at all, but it's the same as we had in the 152 and 156. We have that section which we can rotate a long way round, or rotate it anti-clockwise, but basically into that same bottom corner, and it overlaps, and then they all end up, with that, which is the final solution. Okay, well, I did enjoy this puzzle, even though it completely bamboozled me. And I hope those people who've watched my videos have enjoyed them as well. And it's not just watch them to see how to solve it, it's watch them to see me struggle. And if so, you got your money's worth on this one. Thank you very much for watching. I'll post a few random videos, I think, in the gap, but we've got a little over a month before season 2 starts, and I'll be, or at least I plan to be back then, doing daily videos again. Thank you. Please hit like, please hit subscribe, and please leave a comment or two telling me what you thought of these rather haphazard videos. Bye.